symbolically in the movie, they screw into the human brain.
That's what dot.
Oh, dot. That's where dot is.
The loose also, no?
The loose bone, yeah. So Amalek comes from Malika. Malika is where you do a very difficult action that the Kohanim used to do with chickens, with doves, which is to do with the breaking of the neck. It doesn't sound very pretty, but it was a very, very difficult thing. It has to do with the back of the neck. Paro is the same letters as the word Oref, back of the neck. And so I didn't answer your question, but I just brought in some. Let's go on.
Who wants to read next?
In the Hebrew, just to finish the Hebrew, so it says Yetahare Tahatov Ki Ikar Yitzarim Hem HaMachshavot VaChachmot Shebelev. The main inclinations, he says in English, just because the inclinations are essentially the thoughts and wisdom of the heart. Here in the Hebrew, it's Ki Ikar Yitzarim, the essence of the inclinations, whatever that means, of the inclinations of the heart. Hem HaMachshavot VaChachmot Shebelev. They are the thoughts and the wisdoms within the heart. As it says, Ki Yitzer Machshavot Libo Ra Kol Hayom. The full verse, as he brings it in 15, he doesn't even bring it. The full verse is Ki Yitzer Machshavot Libo. It's in Parshat Noach, I'm pretty sure. That the formation of thoughts in his heart, the formation of thoughts in man's heart at that time, already had gotten that it was all in order to go away from God. And really, the Torah is in one sense is a very it's a black and white system. Your desire, our desire, a human being's desire to attain independence and to attain full existence is not evil in and of itself. God created us with that need to become ourselves. But if it's done the wrong way, then it's condemned. Well, wait a second. Well, teach us how to do it the right way, We want to establish ourselves as real human beings with the fullness of all that includes and all that it entails, and yet we want to be connected to Hashem and know that He is giving us everything we need and everything we know, everything we want, and everything that we could ever desire. So it's the desire to be ourselves and to stand up for ourselves and to be independent, but at the same time to know that we're completely connected. What mankind was doing at that point was using the need to be independent as a thing in and of itself. And that's why it's called Yetzer Machshavot Libo Ra Kol Hayom. That's the verse in Genesis 6:5. Then when a person does use the power of thought to go away from God, which is the power of thought which is used for evil, first of all, you have to add in parentheses, when a person uses his thoughts to go away from Hashem, then he's stopping up and contaminating and closing up his heart from knowing God. And by extension, he's stopping up, contaminating, and closing up the halal of the creation, which is the heart of creation within which Hashem made the world. Because he made the hollow space, and He created the worlds within the hollow space. So our heart corresponds to the hollow space, and when we fill it up with the wrong things, so then we're stopping God from coming not only to ourselves, but into the world. So again, on the simplest level here, he's saying that if we fix ourselves, then we have a chance to make a difference in the world.
What is the difference between the thoughts in the head and the thoughts in the heart?
I couldn't tell you right now. It's good. Well, we can think about it, and on our own we can come up with something.
It's a different Torah. Completely. All different Torah.
And the paragraph ends in the Hebrew, Shesham Hitgalut Midot. In the heart of the creation, in the Chalal Panui, the vacated space of the creation, is where God wanted to, or where He revealed His attributes, where He revealed the ways through which we know Him. And so when we clog up our hearts, we clog up the possibility of mankind or of creation knowing God. It's simple of the simple, and yet it's the idea behind it is extremely profound, is that we are miniature universes, and when we do something in ourselves, it resonates and reverberates to the highest. If we do something good, it reverberates. We can make a difference. If we do something not good, it has an effect also.
So it means how important we are. That's what I got from you.
Yeah.
How
We're
important we
important.
are. That we manifest creation in our heart. But this is giving you the X-ray, the way I saw it. It's telling me much more than I thought I'd ever know.
Because of your ability to make it.
Every person.
So that you have an importance.
Yeah, every person. It's going above all the psychology.
It's like, it's a powerful idea, because don't think of yourself as Western man has thought of man, as that we're just a cog, that the earth is a tiny speck and we're a little tiny speck on the earth, and what possible relationship could there be between us and the universe at large, like Copernicus, Galileo. But by us, that didn't contradict our ability to be connected to the higher universes, the fact that we're very small. And the Malbim on Psalm 8, he goes into this beautifully, where he says, small by God is more precious. Big is very nice, but small is even better. Small is, and then Rabbi Kaplan in The World of Love, in his book, If You Were God, there's a beautiful thing there, that the brain of a baby is more awesome than galaxies, because what God considers most important is introspection, the ability to have consciousness. Now, he himself said that there's a possibility that there's consciousness, that there's an angelic consciousness behind every star, behind every planet. But his point there was the brain of a baby, the brain of a human being, is the most wondrous thing. That's why, if you remember, at the end of the film by Kubrick, 2001, this very mysterious scene of a baby floating right? And according to the website that I did with a good friend of mine, whose name remains anonymous to this day, it's called the 2001 Principle. So we did a deep psychological reading of the movie, and we said that what Kubrick was saying was that if you find a black slab on another planet, it's very obvious that somebody made it. Just like if you found a Coke bottle or a key or anything in the desert, somebody was here. That's the natural conclusion you draw. But when you see a baby, it's evolution. So he's saying that black slab throughout the entire movie, that the Americans had to hide the fact of it because it would create complete havoc on the planet Earth, that people would know that there was another civilization or something beyond that. So that baby right in front of you is more awesome and wondrous than any black slab. It's called the 2001principle.com.
We have about another page and a half, so we have to make up time, because we have to leave Dina's house soon. We have to leave it clean. Who wants to read?
Page 8.
Jody?
Page 9 in English. Yeah.
Jody lives in Forest Hills. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Pardon?
I can't hear you.
I said this is without reading about. For the heart is the store of the world. Isaiah 26:4.
Sur Olamim. The heart, the sewer of the world, which is what? Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. The Sayar of the attributes. Because the light from the flaming of the Jew's heart is such that it is impossible to reveal the attributes.